According to Ukraine's defense ministry, an explosion in the north of annexed Crimea has destroyed Russian missiles being transported by rail. The Russian-installed head of the city of Junkoy said the area had been attacked by drones. Although Ukraine announced the explosions, it did not explicitly claim responsibility for the attack, as is normal. If confirmed, this would be a rare occurrence of Ukraine's military penetrating into Crimea, which has been annexed since 2014. Russia has experienced attacks in Crimea in the past, but Ukraine has either not acknowledged responsibility or has blamed them on some form of partisan sabotage. If this attack is confirmed, it suggests that Ukraine's air force's capacity to deploy drones has increased. Until now, Crimea has largely seemed out of range for Ukrainian missiles. However, this attack indicates that a drone can at least reach deeper behind Russian lines than previously thought. According to Ukrainian defense intelligence, the mysterious explosions destroyed Russian-caliber NK cruise missiles, intended for use by Russia's Black Sea Fleet. Caliber missiles have been widely used in attacks on Ukrainian cities and infrastructure in recent months. One unconfirmed report from a resident cited on Ukrainian TV spoke of booms that went on for 30 minutes, leaving part of Junkoy with no electricity. The blasts continue the process of Russia's demilitarization and prepares the Ukrainian peninsula of Crimea for occupation, the defense ministry said. Junkoy has been used by Russian forces as a rail hub between Crimea and other areas of occupied Ukraine. Russian TV reports said that Tuesday's strike had not caused any damage to rail infrastructure. According to Russia's investigative authority, a residential building and a shop were damaged in the initial findings, and all the targets were civilian. Ihor Ivan, the Russian-installed administrator, said a 33-year-old man was taken to the hospital for treatment for a shrapnel injury from a downed drone. He made no mention of any military targets being damaged. Several buildings caught fire, and the power grid was damaged, Mr. Ivan was quoted as saying by local media. Another Russian-appointed official said a drone had been hit over a technical school, between an instruction area and a student residence. Russia's top official in occupied Crimea, Sergei Aksyonov, said air defenses near Junkoy had been activated, and the situation was under control. He urged residents not to pay attention to fakes disseminated by Ukrainian propaganda. Last August, an ammunition depot was targeted near Junkoy. Weeks later, Russia blamed Ukraine for carrying out a drone attack on the Black Sea Fleet in the Crimean port city of Sevastopol, which resulted in damage to a warship. This latest attack suggests that Kyiv is determined to continue disrupting the supply chains of Russian forces, targeting in particular its stock of missiles, as well as the routes along which they may be transported into southern occupied Ukraine via Crimea. Speaking on Ukrainian TV, military spokeswoman Natalia Humaniuk reminded viewers that Junkoy was a hub station for the occupying force and that, from the start of the Russians' full-scale invasion, it had been made clear that defeating their logistics would play a big part in the future status of Crimea. Kyiv has a political incentive to keep Crimea in the news, too. A reminder that its current objective is not just to force Russian forces out of those areas captured since February last year, but also from the Black Sea Peninsula annexed illegally in 2014. In a separate development, authorities in southern Russia accused Ukrainian forces of using a drone to target a pumping station on an oil pipeline north of the Ukrainian border. The governor of Bryansk region said there were no casualties.